G'day YouTube, how the heck we doing? It is Foul Play here, back for the third match of this Pauper League. Sorry, second match of this Pauper League. We're on the die roll, we're on the play, keeping the 7. A little aura anemic, but we have Sideboarding training to help draw us there. Plus a scry off the Grotto, Bonesaw from our opponent. Alright, this has got to be some sort of combo deck. Alright, so opponent cheats out a Frogmite into Foundry Assembler. 3/3 improvise. Alright, so they're going to untap with 5 power currently and maybe buff their creatures up a little bit. If we can get to an Armadillo Cloak, that would be nice. I think Sentinel's Eyes is reasonable, but it's not Ethereal Armor or Armadillo Cloak, so I think it's correct to bottom this. Maybe we just Silhana Ledgewalker and Sideboarding training in a future turn, because flying could be important here to get past our opponent's blockers. Let's go ahead and do that. An Ornithopter as well from our opponent, but at least it's not putting up any power to hide our Ledgewalker. Opponent attacking for 5, 2 cards in hand. Mirror Enforcer as well. We really need to hit this Armadillo Cloak. Sentinel's Eyes off the top of our library anyway. Let's start off with playing Sideboarding training on our guy. We'll draw a card off that, get some more information. We do hit white mana. Pretty interesting. I think we Sentinel's Eyes on the Glade Cover Scout, block out the Frogmite that way, and we'll just start attacking with the Ledgewalker. Then we can, in a future turn, once we get 1 extra card in the graveyard, replay our Sentinel's Eyes. Opponent does block with Ornithopter. That's fine by me. Oh, gets an extra toughness. I did not even read that. Okay. So maybe Sentinel's Eyes on Ledgewalker was better. I think we're on the defensive though, so that's probably fine the way we did it. Attacking with a little bit of everything. Block here takes 7, go to 8. Getting a little low for my liking. I guess they can now buff that guy. Yeah, okay. So maybe blocking the Enforcer and just blocking the more significant amount of damage. I fell for that trick twice, so that's probably pretty bad. I'm sure people in the comment section are going to get a little bit frustrated with me on that one. Welding Jar to regenerate as well. Library is not particularly helping us here either. Way too many mana sources here. Still had Armadillo Cloak and we could recover. Opponent takes the damage down to 18 finally. I think we block only Mirror Enforcer, let the 5 damage through, go to 3, and then see where we're at for next turn. So we could be like 2 healthier. This could be putting us to 5 instead. So at this point we can replay our Sentinel's Eyes as well. Another Foundry Assembler for the opponent. That's pretty horrible for us. Cave of Temptation can buff up our main guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're just dead. Alright, well our draws were... We kept a pretty like risky hand and our draws were pretty bad considering what deck we're versing. So not much we can do about that one, but we can go to a games 2 and 3 and look for something a little bit better. Alright, so opponent attacking in for a chunky amount. And I mean, the best we can do is block like this. We still take 5 damage and we lose. Yeah, we could have like fogged 2 damage. I guess it wouldn't have made a huge impact by the end of the game. The next time, our Silhana Ledgewalker could have had 1 extra power and toughness and not died on that block, but yeah, it happens. Alright, so here's a copy of a Manaless Affinity deck from April last year. So what's that, like good like 8 months ago or something. So creatures of Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, Frogmite, Foundry Assembler, Street Wraith, and Mirror Enforcer. Free spells of Gutshot, Mutagenic Growth, Artifacts, Bonesaw, Lotus Petal, Welding Jar. Yeah, I mean, we don't see much of their sideboard here. I'm not even sure if they run a sideboard. This is pretty funny here. Deck disclaimer because I can. Reminder as well, guys, if you do enjoy the video or find it informative, please consider subscribing for more content like this. It's possible like Young Wolf comes in just as a chump blocking type creature. I have a feeling like we don't really want to overboard here too much. Celestial Mask is probably fine. It pairs pretty well with Sentinel's Eyes. Maybe just 2 Young Wolves in. All right, we'll submit. All right, this hand looks pretty reasonable. We'll need other action, which is not Sentinel's Eyes, but I think this is keepable. And then just like a little help from the top of our library in future turns. I will lead off on turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, however. Just get that extra, like, get that guaranteed white mana for next turn. Our opponent's going to be putting up some pretty chunky creatures, so we could be well and truly on the defensive from word go. Looks like our opponent is running some description of mana. There's a seat of Signoid. Could mean Spell Pierce is coming our way in the future. A 0/6 defender. All right, so flying would be pretty good right about now. And what's this one? Bastion Inventor, Hexproof 4/4. Did our opponent transition sideboard on us, or was this like already in their deck? All right, some life gain. Not life gain, but it's a free cantrip. I think fixing the Crystal Grotto's mana is probably worth it. Even though it like sort of, it half like wrecks our tempo, but half doesn't because Crystal Grotto is very mana inefficient. All right, so our opponent is attacking in. That's some pretty nice artwork actually on that guy. Not that it's showing on screen, but over here it's showing. Ornithopter from our opponent now. A couple of welding jars to help protect their board. All right, another fatty Bastion Inventor. So you know what we're drawing there. We'll throw this one down like that. Drawing a forest. I mean, yeah, our draws are leaving something to be desired, right? Got to go all in on one guy at this point, I feel. And we'll Young Wolf as well. We'll look to block one of their guys with Young Wolf, then maybe we can get a crackback attack. All right, so Bonesaw on Ornithopter. I wonder if they're going to attack with him. They are. Interesting. So good block. We can't really reset our Sentinel's Eyes, though. I think block, take 5. Look to get some crackback happening. Sounds like slightly more creature heavy than what we want, right? Okay, so opponent gives an extra power with their flash speed tooth to the Ornithopter. So down to 10. So test and training, that's a reasonable start. Pretty poor follow-up, honestly. Not very happy at all to see that. All right, so guess we attack like this, block with the Scout, take 6 damage, go to 4. We're like literally only drawing to Armadillo Cloak. If we hit Armadillo Cloak, we could go in a decent spot. What the hell does this thing do? Shield counter? Whenever it blocks, put a shield counter on it. Okay, so it's actually on the same card. Gotcha. That possibly means I missed an attack in an earlier turn where we could have put an extra neg counter on this thing and then had it off the board a turn earlier. I wonder if our opponent can welding jar and how the interaction happens. I think the neg counters on there would still stick around though. All right, so block here, take 6. Come on, Armadillo Cloak. All right, buffing the Ornithopter again. That Scout dies, and Tormod's Crypt. All right, that's fine. Another Bonesaw equipped onto the Ornithopter post-combat this time. 0 cards in hand for our opponent. Well, that might be just enough, maybe. We have like block. Yeah, if our opponent has nothing else, we might be able to just recover and get there. Opponent will block welding jar. I wonder how the replacement effect works. Okay, so the neg counter gets applied regardless of the block. Means we're going to trample 7 power. And our opponent does not opt into regenerating their creature. Alright, so opponent attacking with everything. I guess they'll be putting us to 1 at this point. That's pretty terrifying. Unless they've got like another one of these flash speed, buffing up the power. Alright, so we go to 1. Opponent has to put forward a blocker here or we'll win with the Bogle. It looks like they've got like a 4 toughness blocker, 3 toughness blocker, so Ethereal Armor, Armadillo Cloak, or Ancestral Mask would get us there. As it is, not enough. That is absolutely tragic. That was very close to us getting there. So I suppose we should have mulliganed slightly more aggressively in the second game there, maybe even in the first. Credits to our opponent for a pretty cool deck and for getting the victory. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section below. Till next time, have a wonderful day, and I will see you then.